correctly. Okay. Whoops.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all know where I'm coming from, right? Like,
Okay,
yeah.
now
you say
we're
you
live.
hate tech. Woo! What's up, y'all? What up, YouTube? What up, Twitch? It's the No Level Cap podcast crew coming with. All right, it's not our first live episode, but it is our first live in our usual filming spot. Like, of course, we've done live reacts. Of course, we've done the Game Awards, that type shit. But this is the first time we've all done it together, and we've all done it in our usually filming spot. This is usually when we start putting in the work to get everything done for Monday and shit like that. I do want to let everybody know this is our 100th episode celebratory stream. Let everybody know it's a laid back stream. We're not necessarily going in turns. It's not necessarily going to have the same structure that we normally have. Our main agenda tonight will be checking out spring anime season, but the conversation, I want to say the conversation will drift. So I don't want to hear shit. All right, I don't hear nothing. All right, we kicking back with y'all for episode 100. Just enjoy the ride. What's popping, everybody? How you doing, Devin? What's going on?
Good, man. Just glad to be here. 100 episodes, man. It seems like when you do something for a while, you don't really realize. Oh man, we done 100 of these. Mm-hmm. That's kind of crazy. I haven't been here for all of them, but I've been here for a good portion of them. And it's crazy, man. 100. That's a milestone, I think, for any platform to just be that consistent to put out something 100 episodes of. So yeah, glad to be here, man. Glad to be a part of it, man. And we got this live stream, so let's do this, man.
What's good, Rakeem?
Man, it ain't no thing but a chicken wing, man. I'd say that guy had some chicken wings earlier. Nothing too much, y'all. Just been chilling, playing way too much Final Fantasy for my own good. To be honest, this rebirth is doing something to me, and I like it, and I don't want it to stop. I want it to hold on tight.
So have too much Final Fantasy, Rakeem.
Man, I was doing
that disc.
Man, a whole lot of things with that disc. Hey man, I was doing the so anybody who's played FF7 remembers like certain key moments that like click with you. And I remember I was doing the parade section because I was waiting on that moment because I had a love-hate relationship with it as a kid. So there's a part in FF7 where you have to do a like a military parade dance where you like the ROTC guys do with the color guard and the motions of the military and guns and things like that. And I remember when I was a kid, I kind of hated it because you had to memorize it. And it was like, if you fucked it up, the game would show you fucking up. You'd be completely out of position. And like, it was clear as day you messed up. They thankfully made it a little easier in this one. This one, you just have to hit your button notations at the right time, hit certain key moments, and then like you get rewarded for hitting them. And they did it a cool way where you had to recruit your own team. And like, based on the team you got, you could like correspond to shit. And get like easier or harder formations, and like you get better rewards based on it. It was pretty cool. You gotta kind of see the world, bro. Me and Devin was watching me play it, and we got to a part where we went to a bar, and we saw Rude. Anybody who don't remember is Rude from Turks. He's one of the villains. We go into the bar, and it's like an all ball bar. Everybody in the bar bald, and he's like, "Hey man,
bald.
If you ain't bald, get out." Yeah. If you ain't bald, get out. He said, no mop heads, bro. He said, no mop heads up here. But that was so freaking funny.
Nobody on that squad bald, though.
It wasn't the whole squad.
Well, I mean, like, everybody in the FF7 crew, like, they all got hair. Like, usually there's, like, one character that's bald for some reason.
That's a good point. No, ain't no balls. They bald racists up in there, man. That's probably why Rube mad. He said, no bald. Hey, it's all bald up in here, man. But anyway, that's what I've been up to, just playing FF7, man. Just having a great time, trying to hold myself back from it to do other things to be productive. So that's about it.
So what's popping, Will?
Same thing he right now. I'm on chapter 4. I'm in Junon right now, and I'm just out there in the field on that chocobo, just running around having a good time. I'm out there doing everything under the sun because I got completionist ways about me, and I'm really like loving the game a lot, man. The game is holding my attention, even though I did just get this.
What is it? You become Overlord? Oh man,
yeah.
God dang,
my boy, you a gaming masochist, bro. You get it all. You don't give a fuck.
I don't.
You just
bro.
like
I just
me.
Want to play my games.
I was going to say,
like
you're the one who be playing everything.
This is just like me. He just like me for real,
He
man.
definitely be playing everything.
Every
Rakeem,
single week, you have a new game that you're playing. Like, shoot,
man, I
be running through.
I be sitting there chilling with Rakeem sometimes, and all of a sudden he just be like, "It's on the PS Plus store or the PlayStation store," and he'll just like be strolling, be like, "Oh, this out? Yeah, I'll check it out." Hit the buy button. I'm like, hell no, boy. I be done did 2.5 days worth more study. I gotta know, like, okay, is the game good? Okay, fuck what everybody else think. Am I gonna think the game good? And I gotta look up hella like data and like look up reviews and all that shit. Like, unless I played the last game, I'm like, hey man, fuck that. I'm not paying for it.
What's happening out these days, though, in correspondence to that, is that there's a lot more demos lately.
Oh yeah.
That was like an era. Y'all remember that was an era where they just stopped doing demos, bro.
Yeah,
like,
they
like nobody was doing.
They were scared. It was like, man, we ain't putting out no demos. Like, what if it scares you away from buying it? Which is such a shit way of approaching it. Because like what you basically telling me is, hey man, once you buy it, I mean, you can't get no refund. So we done made out like a bandit. It's like, man, do you not believe in your product?
No,
they don't.
That's the answer. No. But yeah, like these days. Yeah, these days you get way more demos. Like Capcom always does demos. Square Enix always does demos now.
I heard
so when they make their games,
demo that just dropped, and then they had to take it down for some reason.
They reneged it.
Wait, I was gonna say Stellar Blade had a demo.
There was a Stellar Blade demo that came out, and then they had to take it down for some reason.
Probably because I don't think it was supposed to launch. That happened yesterday.
That happened yesterday.
Oh damn, I missed that. Wow.
I think what happened was, I don't know for certain, it probably just dropped too soon. It probably was supposed to drop next week.
It might have had like some type of thing balanced with it, like okay, like maybe an announcement or maybe a state of play. Who knows? And they was like, no,
there probably wasn't, because there was no announcement. So that's how I knew something was fishy about that.
It just pulled up. People got footage out and about though. Folks who ended up getting it and playing it.
I saw one dude who just had like the character in the rain just sitting there, just in a circle for like 10 minutes. That was the whole video. First comment like, "Damn, she thicker than she." He said, "She thicker than I thought she was." That's what the first comment was.
I was gonna say we know what that's for.
Man, these horny ass people.
Hey man, horniness sold a lot of video games.
Hey, if we're being real, horniness sold Final Fantasy VII. So you know.
That ain't the only thing that sold Final Fantasy.
It's not the only thing, obviously, but I'm saying that's part of it.
I mean, that's facts. That's facts. Speaking of, how you doing, Terrence? What's going on?
Things are good on my end. You know, hey, happy episode 100. You know, it's crazy that we made it this far. Yeah, it hasn't been exactly 2 years. It'll be like 2 years in like I think a week or two. Because if I look at our first YouTube upload date, it's like March 16th or something like that. But yeah, we've been here for 2 years, which is crazy to think about. And yeah, 100 episodes. That's truly something to celebrate. But on my end, pretty much today, been watching a whole bunch of anime, catching up on stuff that I've been behind on. I was talking to Sage earlier about Metallic Rouge, just trying to get more into that. I will admit that I'm 3 episodes in, and it hasn't quite hooked me the way that I would like it to. Like the way Solo Leveling
still don't know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like there's still more that's obviously going to happen, but I mean, for one, it's Bones. 2, the animation, and 3, the music. Like episode 2 had like an amazing soundtrack going on, and I can't wait to see more. But yeah, I'm just feeling like the hook isn't quite there the way that I would like it to.
It ain't got me like Solo Leveling.
Exactly.
Like, I try to get that when I see like the new episode. I'll be like, all right, what's popping?
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of, y'all saw today's episode?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched today's episode.
Hey.
Yeah.
I sure did.
I was gonna say, speaking of stuff that got hooksy, man. Solo Leveling guys, it got me with the scorpion. Get over here. Watch this episode.
I knew this episode was gonna be hot too, man. I was like, I can't wait for this week.
I had looked up what was gonna happen in this episode because I was like, what's going on? Like they just got prisoners in this bitch. Like what the fuck happening? And then all of a sudden, and you know, spoilers. All of a sudden, man, that dude was like, oh yeah, you know, they paid me to kill. I mean, I like killing. I don't give a damn. Like, I really hate killing beasts. I like killing humans. It's just so much more fun. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
That's not the twist I thought that episode would take at all.
Yeah, it went a way different direction. And it was crazy because I had forgot about the dude. He was the dude who saw him in the hospital with old boy.
Yeah.
He had came to visit him in the hospital. Totally forgot about him. That was actually kind of cool though. Like he was in the episode earlier, but you didn't recognize him.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like, it just kind of shows you how above the law the Hunter Association is, because like you could just because this is the second time they've shown that where like you could just pop in to like a dungeon or whatever and just do whatever, and then like when you come out that dungeon, it's like, hey man, you know, two people can keep a secret if one of them is dead, and they just be like, this what happened while I was in there. You know, I mean, can you prove that something else did happen? Because people die in there all the time. There is no recordings being done, so it's just like you just got to take that hunter's word for it. And the more powerful a hunter is, the more likely you just gonna take their word for it.
And it was like a full circle episode too, because he was in there with the other survivors from that first incident. So like, you know, the dude died and he said, man, I wanted to apologize to you. I just couldn't face you. Just on his deathbed, he apologized to. He said, "You gotta live, so I can blame your ass."
Hey, that was real shit. Though. He was like, hey,
real shit.
I'll give them credit for not going down the stereotypical path of the characters that saw the main character turn up. Essentially, like they didn't turn on him. It's like they still were on his side even after they got to see his true power. So. You know, because usually when that sort of thing happens, you have the characters like, why didn't you tell us about this? And then it turns into its own little thing.
What was
but
they
decide not to do that. Yeah, but you know how that is, where like some characters, even after you save them, they're still like disrespectful for whatever reason.
That be the shit that make you want to cut the whole show off.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You're like, man, why am I watching this bullshit? Like, what's wrong with you? Like that you was about to be dead, and then this dude showed up with the secret he was hiding or whatever, and now you're not dead. Why are you complaining?
Yeah.
Hey man,
that chick at the beginning, you gotta complain, bro. You got to.
You say what, Devin?
The chick at the beginning of Ishida, that's exactly who she was. Cause remember, she was like complaining after he's like, "You strong? I want to be strong. I'm tired of people being strong." Like you was about to.
You know what though? That was kind of the hook for me at Ishida because it was handled so differently. It's like a lot of times the character is just like they're mad and they're throwing a tantrum. That was beyond a tantrum. She was like the hopelessness she felt not only in the face of like how strong those mechs were, but like how strong that dude was to wipe those mechs out. She was just like, man, people like you just shouldn't exist. Like this type of shit just. Like this ain't it. Like humanity shouldn't have this kind of power. I gotta get you the fuck out of here. I gotta find. And then like the way how dismissive he was about the whole situation, because he didn't show up like no hero. He showed up like, hey man, something else to fight, something I can destroy. Bet I'm in there. And she was like, yeah, he was like, you got some food, anything? Like I don't care what it tastes like, just give me some. And then like she was like, somebody like you shouldn't have this kind of power. Like bro, you gotta get the fuck up out of here. And I was like, I don't agree, but I understand why she felt like that. And so like that type of writing, I'm kind of with, as opposed to like Terrence talking about like it'd be like the best friend or like the girlfriend or something. How could you keep this secret from me?
Yeah,
I'm so upset with you. Like, man, shut up.
Yeah,
kind of like who here has seen Invincible?
I have
a little bit of it.
Talking about this new season?
A little bit of it.
Well, not this new season, but just season one. That's the reference I was going to pull.
Like the girlfriend situation?
Yeah, I was going to say that's actually a good example as well. Where, you know, when she learned about his whole identity, how she got upset about like, why would you keep this from me? It's like, what you mean?
It's your business. I give you another good example.
The whole point of a secret identity.
Daredevil.
Yeah. Karen,
what's my man's name? No, not Karen. His homeboy.
Oh yeah, he was, man.
Foggy. When Foggy found out, he was heated. He was like, "I can do this, man."
Yeah, that is right. Yeah. You're right.
I can do this, man. This ain't in the name of the law. Like we can't. We supposed to be lawyers. Eventually, Matt was like, "Hey, man, how many times I saved you? Shut the fuck up." I was like,
right. Some things can be handled in court.
I ain't seen Daredevil in a long time. I remember that scene vividly. He went off.
Yeah, he went off. Foggy and Karen were kind of bitter towards Daredevil. Like, what was that? Like season 2, I think. Or I think that was season 2 that happened. Yeah.
Man, I want to go back and rewatch Daredevil. That shit was so cold.
We should, especially since the new show's gonna come out.
Man. And then when's season 2? I mean, when's the new season come out? Next year?
I guess. I think they just started filming on that. Like maybe I think that was January when they said they started filming, because they had to go back to the drawing board on it.
You right?
I didn't know that.
Is it called Born Again?
Yeah, Born Again. Well, actually, they changed the name, didn't they?
I
Oh, they
think
did?
so. They pretty much tossed out like, I mean, it's been all part of Marvel's
changed a
whole
lot.
kind of like, pretty much Marvel's whole plan kind of changing course.
Restructured.
Yeah, pretty much
Well,
just a restructure.
They started doing some shit that they were
Okay.
supposed to do. Like they was like, oh yeah, now going forward, we're gonna have a showrunner. I'm like,
Bruh, what
motherfucker,
the
you should have been had a showrunner. Like, what the hell you mean?
Yeah.
And then I think they said they was gonna cut the show length down, and
I
it's not
think
gonna be
so.
as long now.
Yeah,
I was
think
like,
so.
yeah, that should have been happened too, and all that shit. I'm like, all right, I guess. We'll see. I hope it turns out to be as good as because you got the cast. If you got the cast, as long as you've got good writing, and good direction, you should be in a good spot. Like it should be.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be experiencing too much of a quality fall off. So I hope
That's true.
I also hope
Did anybody?
What's
My
up?
bad. Did anybody watch Echo? Kind of
I
what ties
haven't.
into Daredevil.
I have not, but
No,
I heard it was. I've heard varying things about the quality level. I heard some people say it was kind of cheeks. I was like, oh well,
I heard,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
like maybe
not
like the
cheap.
first episode or two were promising, but I don't know how it ended. So
That's the thing I hear about all the Disney Plus shows for the most part. Like they start off and then they just slowly. Except Secret Invasion, I've been hearing Secret Invasion was terrible.
Ooh.
I heard some people say Secret Invasion was worse than Iron Fist, and I'm like, look, you're not gonna just lie to my face like that. I
only saw the first episode of Secret Invasion.
it's kind of like the Marvels where people act like it's the worst thing ever, and it's like it's fine. It's not.
Well, you know why they act like that. for
Well,
Marvel.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
That show was doomed from the start. It
Man,
didn't matter what they
wanna
did.
watch the Secret Invasion, but I every time I heard somebody talk about it, they said this is straight garbage. Like that's all I heard about that.
that's what I heard. But I mean, like, people were saying it was worse than Iron Fist. I'm like, ain't no way. Because Iron Fist was barely a superhero show, a lot of episodes. Just a lot of like executive suit drama. I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck about this. Like, punch somebody in the mouth. Fuck going on?
Scenes I saw,
Run the hands, not these tax forms.
Yeah.
Kind of rough. I was.
Would you say, Devin?
I was just saying. So it was some scenes I saw of Secret Invasion. I'm like, this. I don't think I can sit through this. This look kind of rough. I was just like, woo.
Is it even that long?
Like
No,
what,
it's
8
only, what,
episodes?
5
I think.
episodes?
Yeah.
Even
Well,
like-
I thought it was
some of
less.
Even
I
like some of the
thought
special
5.
effects weren't really hitting like that. I'm like, you
Might
got to
be
have
8.
the special effects for people that are literally like. There's a lot of transforming and morphing going on. You got to make sure your effects is on point.
Transforming and
episodes.
morphing.
You better call Saban.
Hey, man,
Throwing.
I'll say this. Look, man,
Tyrannosaurus.
I'll say this. They need to take some of the
Pterodactyl.
episodes down and go back and finish the special effects.
Mm.
I don't care. Just go back and finish it.
finish what?
People go back and finish the special effects on some of them episodes, bro.
On what episodes?
All of them.
For
Every show that's got ass special effects, just go back and fix it.
Oh, you mean just in general?
Yeah.
The man
I don't know.
director's
do it
cut.
up.
I don't know how much it would cost.
A lot. Well,
I don't really care because y'all Disney, y'all got it. But I just want them to just start taking episodes and then like just fixing the special effects, and then the shit just go down, and all of a sudden it just go up. And then I don't want them to say shit about it. I just want in the like a random Thursday or some comicbook.com or one of them other sites discussing film or some shit, just be like, Marvel's been doing director's cut versions of their Disney Plus shows or some shit. And people be like, hold on, what you mean? Yeah, all of them got better special effects now. Like, that's what I want.
Was this
I
like
imagine
Secret
if it's
Invasion
not
Kai?
profitable on the front end, they would never go back and
Oh,
go back and do anything
1000%.
like that.
I am
Yeah.
being absolutely silly about it.
Okay.
But I just, that's what I would like personally. Because I mean, I know y'all got the money and you're not hurting for money, even though every business in the world right now is acting like, oh, we broke. It's too bad, man. We got to fire half the goddamn staff, but we just ain't got it right now. I just bought a yacht, and I mean, like, I don't know where all the money went, but we ain't got it. Like, I looked in my pockets, and all I seen was $1 bajillion, and I looked, I said, I could give this
I
to
couldn't
y'all,
bring myself.
or I could tell y'all to get the fuck out. And I'll be honest with you, telling y'all to get the fuck out felt more appealing. Like, all right.
Sometimes it is.
All right, sir.
I just
All I
don't
got
know,
is
man.
big face hundreds, but not for you.
I promise it's not for me. Man, speaking of discussing film and speaking of Marvel, actually,
Uh-huh.
Did y'all? I know, Keem, you posted that clip of Fortnite.
Oh yeah.
Did y'all see that clip? Because if you hadn't, I'm about to play it.
I did
I
watch
seen
it.
it.
I didn't
This
see
shit-
At
And I
first,
watched the- and
I
I
was
actually
going
watched
to
the
ask
trailer
you
for
what
it,
you
too.
when you
It's
said. Well,
bullshit.
we'll just go ahead and watch it.
I was like, yo, this shit look. This is like a game by itself. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, this is Fortnite. This is Battle of the Gods. This is Smite 3. They on Smite 3. I ain't gonna lie, I played this. This like a game right here. Oh my. This is crazy.
I will say you might have to turn it down just a little bit on your end. Well, I mean, it's over now, but yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I keep that in
but
my
still,
GoPro.
bro.
Like, look how
The
fucking
irony.
dumb
Yo.
that look.
When I saw
I'm
that,
just-
that post capsulated like what I saw when I saw it. I was like, yo, I don't even know what the fuck this game is anymore. Like you could if you show that to somebody who just didn't play Fortnite, they'd have no idea what they're looking at. It's like, is this like
If you showed that to somebody that stopped playing Fortnite and just stopped keeping up with it, like after the first 2 years, and they looked at it right there, they'd be like, "What the fuck is that?"
bro?
They would be
3
lost.
seconds.
Fortnite.
For 3 seconds, I thought it was Immortals Phoenix if I even got a new DLC again. I'm like, what happened?
Bro,
I
I
thought they
swear I
canceled
thought it was a
this.
different game.
Hey man, Fortnite
So-
is an ever-present
It's something
omnipotent
like
body of just work, man. It's just gonna be there.
Terrence was asking because like after Keem posted that, I said, "Well, this is kind of weird." I forget what my exact words were, but I was just like, "This is weird. It's something, but it's not necessarily something bad, but it's definitely something." And
Yeah,
what
and I was
getting
going to
at-
ask you for clarification on that, but I figured, well, I wasn't going to worry
yeah, I was
about
gonna
it.
get to it.
Yeah.
I was gonna get to it. That was part of the the show. When I looked at it, I said, and I started thinking. I said, "Wait a minute. Didn't Disney give y'all like $1.5 billion
They did.
for like an investment, and then like for like video game related shit?" And then now I'm seeing EA. There was a rumor, and I think this rumor is bullshit, but you never really know because people like you always think like, surely y'all are smarter than this. But like you never really know. Sometimes businesses really are just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But one of the rumors that got out, of course, EA canceled Star Wars game, that Mandalorian game,
Right.
Oh yeah.
and they also said we about to get out of the licensed game business and get back to our original IPs and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the rumors was that Disney upped the licensing fee on everybody that was making Marvel games, except for Epic. Epic was the only one they didn't up the fee on. And I was like, well, if I'm making a game, I would have that locked in. Like whatever fee I was supposed to pay you is locked in. Now, what could be the case is if you wanted to make future games, they might be like, hey, if you make any future games that aren't this, we gonna lock you in at, however, what 33% or whatever the fuck it was supposed to be. It could be that. And I'm looking at Epic and I'm like, are y'all gonna try to make some kind of giant ultimate Disney game? All the Disney characters, all the Marvel, all the Star Wars in one universe type ass game. Because you look at Fortnite,
Disneyland, the game.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Ready Player One Disney, like that type shit.
I guess not that game they have with Dream. Was it Dream Valley? Dream.
I
No,
know
not
Dreamlight
Disney.
Valley?
Dreamlight
Essentially,
Valley,
that
not
was Disney
Yeah,
Animal
not
Crossing.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially.
And then you got Disney Mario Kart with Disney Speedstorm,
Yeah.
Sure
And
is.
then with that Disney RPG.
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
No, it was like a mobile game. It's an RPG.
I know they had a card
I'm
game
not familiar with that one.
Yeah, it's more like
I'm
a
not familiar with
traditional
that one either.
RPG.
that I hadn't seen. But what I was gonna say is I'm looking at this and I'm like, my problem with Fortnite was always like, I don't give a fuck who you put in this game because at the end of the day, they got to pick up a Glock or like a machine gun and they don't play like they play. But slowly but surely, they keep adding characters and adding shit that the characters have. Now you can throw lightning bolts. I remember when they added Spider-Man for a little bit, or like Into the Spider-Verse,
Yep.
you could web
Yep.
swing and shit. And very slowly, they keep adding all these mechanics in. I'm like, shit. How far are we from some kind of ultimate Marvel or ultimate Star Wars game or whatever the fuck? And looking at shit like that just makes me think like, man, that shit 4-5
Remember
years
when
from
they
now.
when they put in Thanos was like the first one I think of this.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
the first
Infinity
major
And to
one.
think that was like,
Yeah.
how long has it been since that? Was that like
That was a while
2017
That was
or
one of the
something like
first
that.
crossovers.
That was a
I remember
while
how
Nah, he was
wild
one
it
of the first
was
major ones.
looking at that back then. Because
Probably
like
see
Thanos
him
was like
dancing.
20.
Thanos at the time was doing the
18,
shoot
2019.
dance and
Yep.
all sorts of wacky shit, and we're like,
And then
what is this?
they brought
Battle
the rest of
Royale.
the Avengers,
I believe the
so he could
Battle
do,
Royale
like, the
came
Iron
out in
Man shit.
2017.
Yeah.
2021.
I was way later.
Ain't no way.
It
Not
can't.
Thanos had to be
I
happy
was like,
sooner than
ain't
that.
no way. I
I
know
could
that
be
was
wrong.
definitely pre 2020.
2018.
Okay.
2018 sounds about right.
Yeah, you know what? That was all building up to
Okay,
the in-game hype. So yeah, that makes sense.
Because they put all the Avengers in there. I think all of them had like
Yeah.
Claws, Wolverine, Thor's hammer,
Yeah. Claws, Wolverine, Thor's hammer,
Iron
Black
Man's wings and
Widow.
stuff.
Mhm.
Shoot, yeah.
Rouge and Gambit recently had a set like a little while back. Who else? I think it was Shang-Chi and Iron Fist. I'm not sure. I know they put in quite a few characters just randomly, and I was like, okay, bet.
I tell you
I'll
what,
spend my money when I'm ready.
I kind of don't like it though, because like some of this shit, like I be hating to see like Thanos twerking or whatever the fuck. Like it was funny at first, but like now it just feels like nothing means anything. It's just like intellectual property that you can throw into the next game, and it's just like I don't know. The only phrase I can think of to describe it accurately is creatively bankrupt.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels like nothing means anything anymore. We don't take anything serious. It's just always something silly, and I'm like, I guess like it don't keep me up at night, but when I see it, I just kind of go, I guess.
Yeah, when I think of it, I always see when intellectual property is used outside of its own circle, whatever it comes in, it's not always gonna get the same care and respect as it would from people who like actually control that intellectual property. And of
Not
course,
at
some
all.
companies do it better than others. Where like some don't allow their
Right.
IP unless it's like heavily respected or treated right. They don't want to defame it in any way. But like these days, money talks as well. And we got Goku out here doing Kamehamehas and twerking.
Yeah, I mean that's
Bruh,
you know, we
Vegeta
went through a
and
time
Gohan are out
period
there,
where we were begging these companies to like, hey, can you all please cross over? It'd be so dope. And now it seems like we just can't get enough of it.
It's so much of it now that you like, I'm sick of this shit. Speaking of Dragon Ball Z and Goku, man, RIP to a real one.
Yeah.
RIP
Oh,
to
yeah.
Akira Toriyama, man.
Yeah.
That hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, I'm not even a big Dragon Ball Z fan anymore, but still, like, I hate that. And I was still like, even though I wasn't a super fan, I would still always check out the new thing. Like when Super came out, I checked it out. I remember we used to talk about it every week in the chat. When Super was like in the Tournament of Power arc, we was talking about it every week. Like, oh man, this right here was kind of wild. Or I'd be like, man, I hated this fucking Goku, just more Goku glazing and shit. But I mean, like, we were still all watching it, and there aren't that many anime that will pull you in and make you watch like that. And I'm like, dang, man, it's ass.
I remember when
I honestly thought that. Oh, go ahead, Rocky.
I remember when Tournament of Power happened, and I remember like it felt like the whole world was watching.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right
crazy
now, all of Mexico was watching.
Mexico was
They definitely watching.
Shout outs to
It was-
Mexico, bro.
It was insanity. It was like you couldn't go anywhere without seeing it. And kind of in that same vein, like Toriyama's passing, I've never seen my entire TL in unison.
Man,
Bro,
It didn't
that
matter
that
what it
night,
was.
everybody was talking about the exact same thing. It was crazy.
Everybody.
Was up.
It didn't matter
Yeah.
what your background was. It didn't matter the age. It didn't matter. It was crazy. From Stephen
None
A.
of that.
Smith to
Everybody had
So-
something to say.
man, young people. I was battle rap actors,
Yep.
comedians,
Whole ass governments.
everybody had
Wrestlers.
Yes.
Whole
Like
government.
that
all-
post that
Oh,
you made
yes.
about El Salvador, like the Chinese government, like man,
The Chinese government made an official statement. That
it's
was
like,
crazy.
man, crazy.
You know, thinking about that, what's so dope about that is we always talk about this all the time, like not even in the specific words, but like Dragon Ball Z is like one of the main animators just kind of transcended just pop culture, everything. Like
It is
Dragon
pop
Ball
culture.
Z is like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
transcended. Like everybody pretty much kind of knows. You say Dragon Ball Z, most people know what that is. Even people that don't follow anime like that, people that don't watch anime. So it's
You know,
just,
the
it's-
only people that don't know what Dragon Ball Z is like old people, like really
Yeah.
old people.
They are
Everybody
really
else
old.
know.
And I mean, they might, because I mean, shoot, my grandma saw me. She said, them boys and the men with the hair and the yellow, they be you know. So
Say it again.
The man with the yellow and the thing, the hair, they be eyeing, you know. So even somebody older might have seen it just because their grandchildren or children might have watched it. And it's wild, man. It's like Dragon Ball Z. Literally, it's one of those anime. It's transcended, man.
It's like Pokemon. It's like regardless of how old your grandma is, she knows what a Pikachu is.
The day has finally arrived.
Today at 5.
I ain't gonna lie. I fucking miss these promo videos, bro. They had you ready to watch this shit.
Tsunami
The future
promos
of the planet is in your hands. May you fight.
There's an art to this shit.
Let me show you how it's done.
I swear, you
Oh,
can't
and this is the OG voice acting too, right?
Is this the Canadian dub, the Ocean dub?
Yeah, the Ocean dub.
Let me go back.
Yeah, that's the Ocean dub.
Let's go.
The day has finally arrived.
Today at 5.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Initiating phase 2. So we meet at last.
Toonami gives you more heroes.
The future of the planet is in your hands. May you fight with honor. Let me show you how it's
So
done.
for Toonami switched from the Ocean dub, like after we had that long hiatus until like when we finally forwarded to the forward dynamic saga, like after the Raccoon Goku fight.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
That's when it switched.
That was when
over.
they switched to Funimation.
Which technically
That's what I was
Ocean
on
still
there for
kept
like
on
2
doing it
years.
because there is an Ocean dub of the other arcs, but I mean obviously Funimation was the one that was televised for us.
Right.
And as far as it being 2 years, it was 2
Dragon Ball
years
Z,
because like you
full
look
on.
and you see it says 1998, and
Sure
so
is.
like that was when I think it was either either late 97 or early 98 is when Dragon Ball Z came to Toonami, and then in like 2000 that was when they was like, all right, we got new episodes. In fact,
Boy,
actually,
when the new episodes hit, boy.
Man,
Boy,
I
I was
just
ready.
want to say, man,
Running
like,
home.
one of our friends, he posted on Twitter, it was like a illustration of a kid with like a transparent sheet of paper on the TV screen.
Oh, I know who that is.
Tracing out Goku. And man, like I ain't gonna lie, I kind of got a little emotional on the inside thinking about that because Toriyama's work was such a big part of my childhood because I literally did that. I had like the GT tapes, the GT DVDs. I would literally pause them and sit there and draw them. Magazines. I remember I saw an image of Goku in a Game Pro magazine. I would sit there and draw it. Like as a kid, like I used to make up my own characters, and like my first earliest times of drawing was Dragon Ball
Made up
inspired stuff.
characters.
Like I remember I did like a Super Saiyan Krillin just as a child, coming up with the craziest thing. Got Krillin. with Super
Hey,
Saiyan.
we all did. Hey, we all made our own
bro.
OCs and gave them Super
Yeah,
Saiyan hair.
man. And I'm
Hey,
talking about when I tell you Dragon Ball had I know Terrence can probably vouch for this too because we went to the same school. But man, hey, Dragon Ball has some chokehold. I'm talking about we was looking up pictures.
Absolutely.
Yes,
We looking
sir.
up the fan made
What
stuff.
the Super Saiyan 5 look like?
Dragon
Yeah,
Ball
man.
AF.
Dragon Ball
My-
AF got me.
Man, that fucking
Yeah.
Super Saiyan 5 Goku picture.
Man, I think that was like a smooth 6 months. Well, I believe that shit was real. You
Yeah.
couldn't tell me
I
nothing.
did.
It's coming,
I
like,
was
it's coming,
12.
man.
I definitely believed it was real.
man.
It's funny because when you say
Yeah,
AF now, that totally means something different than what it meant back
Completely
then.
different.
Oh, I was definitely hype AF. I was like, that's Super Saiyan 5 Goku.
Dragon Ball is fuck.
Man.
Man, that's how I became like a internet nerd, bro. Like when I was like going back to the very beginnings. I remember when I was in school, like one of my homeboys, my Indonesian homeboy Adine, he came up there. He said, "Hey man, you know what's gonna happen next? Kami and Piccolo gonna fuse, and they gonna be Kamikalo, and they gonna fight this dude named Cell, and then later on they gonna fight somebody named Majin." I said, "Who the fuck, man? If you'll stop making that bullshit," I said, "Where'd you get it from?" And he told me about it online, and I like got online, went to planetnamek.com, was like trying to find out like,
Planet Namek. Ooh,
Oh, that's a blast.
man. Ooh,
Man,
that's a throwback right there.
Great.
Planet
Man.
Namek.
That's
there
OG.
was
Oh,
Shout out to
all
Planet
those,
Namek.
all those
Planet
fan
Namek.
Dragon Ball sites, man. Whew.
You must go now and
They don't know how much
Dragon Balls.
how much we appreciated them.
More Dragon
I hope they are alive and well.
Dynamic. And a new enemy appears, even stronger than Vegeta.
All over.
Unbelievable. Let's go.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Quit fooling yourself, my friend. You're no match for my speed.
oh boy, when grid
Dragon Ball
mode.
Z. Tonight.
Oh my god.
I
Keep
never
your
forgot
friends
this.
close
Yo.
and your enemy.
I never thought about it until y'all brought it up. Till I heard you and Darren bring it up. You was like, yeah, you went grid mode. I said, what the fuck is grid mode?
We off the
And
grid.
then I went back and looked at the tape. I said, damn, if it ain't a grid in the background, like he was doing something.
I should say I never forgot it because I thought he was about to go Super Saiyan. I'm like, wait, Vegeta go do it? I saw a man, and Frieza was like, huh?
Nah, by that point, I had already
thought he was.
By that point, I had done the thing that my homeboy had told me about and looked up what was gonna happen. I was like, oh, he ain't about to win this fight. Man started getting beat up. I was like, yeah, it's about to go bad.
You know, I didn't get into like spoilers knowing about stuff happening until I think like the Boo saga when I learned about the fusions happening before they showed up on TV. It was very interesting.
I didn't get into spoilers. I was a grown man. I watched all that shit.
I didn't get into since I was grown.
The time has come.
What's this long? Because I know we all remember the hiatus between Raccoon and Goku finally coming to Earth. Goku finally coming to Namek, and almost as long was like after that, and then they did the Garlic Jr. saga. Boy, they replayed
Garlic Jr. like over and over and over.
They said he all go Garlic.
It was even longer for you if you watched the original Dragon Ball Z show on like Fox Kids. Man. Because I watched it on there first before it blew up on Toonami, so I had known about the show before a lot of other kids did.
I gotta say,
and I was like, we still stop at the same spot? God,
I don't give a damn about Goku going Super Saiyan.
We gotta go grid
I cared about.
Oh, the Vegeta Super Saiyan.
Yeah, man, this shit's so good. It had to be flipped sideways.
Hey,
I think it was flip side. Yeah, I think it was like that.
Oh, is it from?
I was watching your battle with Kakarot, so I've seen your energy-absorbing technique. Oh well, if I can't blast you away, I'll have to pound you into a pulp, that's all.
You know some of my moves, but I know all of your moves, Vegeta.
How do you sound like
yes.
I forgot. What if I told you I don't remember him sounding like that?
Oh, is that the fact? Then why were you so surprised when Kakarot turned into a Super Saiyan? I'll tell you why, because your database doesn't cover the battles we had in space. Your bonehead creator picked a fine chapter to omit from your memory banks.
There wasn't nothing better than when Vegeta
I think I remember
That's
this
right,
line.
my friend. Let me ask you, does a machine like yourself ever experience fear?
Does a machine like you experience fear?
That Vegeta thing is goated, man.
This man, Bruce Falconer, he got away with some shit you could not get away with today.
Man,
He took the whole OG soundtrack out, put his own shit in there, and I'm still letting it slide because it's hype.
This man pretty much made wrestling music for Dragon Ball.
I don't believe it.
Here comes a bad line.
Not him, too.
Super Saiyan Club.
I know he just say that in Japanese.
Say what?
Super Saiyan Club.
Oh,
You know who joined the Super Saiyan Club? Like, shut up, Gohan. I'm about to ruin this.
Man, you know, we talking about certain things you wish you could experience for the first time again. I wish I could experience Dragon Ball Z for the first time again.
man, those
Because it was just
I can't say
I
that.
definitely wouldn't mind.
I can.
man.
I fucking love it.
It wouldn't
think-
hit like watching it today wouldn't hit like it hit when I was a kid because I've seen so many other things and like even though I like some of these, like some of the best moments are still just as hype. The rest of it, I'd be like, what the fuck am I watching this for?
I wish I could, if anything, just go back to when I was a kid and like just watch Goku go Super Saiyan for the first time and just like see myself and how I reacted. Like that.
I know.
Man.
I remember where I was like at my cousin's house, ride to school, I'll get off the bus. He was like, man, he's about to do it, man. I said, yeah, I know.
I watched
He
by
about
that
to do
point
it.
I had been spoiled. And so every day rather, because it used to air daily. Every day I was like, man, when is this man gonna go Super Saiyan? Let's get to it, bro. I'm trying to see him beat Frieza up. He been getting beat up for like 2 weeks. Finally, that man was like, he blew up Krillin, and I was like, yeah, that's it. And then you know what happened? The next time on Dragon Ball Z, like, God damn it.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, man.
You were
I was
essentially a
watching it
manga
raw,
reader before the
boy.
manga reader, Sage.
Essentially, yeah.
Bruh,
I
I ain't
was
gonna lie to
watching
you that. Them cliffhangers used to hit like a motherfucker. Like next time on Dragon Ball Z, like bro, I don't want to go to school to come see this. Do it now.
They got you. When I watched this the first time, I remember the only thing I remember was like I kept seeing him in that trailer. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't watch anything online. So the only thing I saw was like his hair turned yellow in that trailer. It's got to turn yellow at some point. It's got to be what Super Saiyan look like.
It's got to be what Super Saiyan
They keep talking about it, so it's got to happen. And then, like you guys said, once Krillin died, it was up.
Yeah, it was definitely up.
Yes.
I would say just turn it down
You are
just a
being
little
very
bit.
greedy today, 19. You have already absorbed.
That can't be right. There we go.
Oh, the actual fight. Okay.
I
Boy, he
put
beat
it maybe
this
like
one
midway.
So, are you scared
Well,
yet?
this one might just be. A lot of them is like the audio where they're like up and down.
Yeah.
Audio might be a little wonky.
Boy,
Man,
they
I
thought
love
they
these.
was something too.
I love these character designs
Another
too.
oil leak.
Oh
What
yeah.
a bad deal. Such a fragile unit.
You know, it's so interesting
half hour,
watching
he talks so much
Z versus Super. You know, just the difference in how the art was done. And
Let's get out of here.
Vegeta's such a dick. He knew where they was at.
He don't give a freak by none of them
He
dudes.
didn't care about none of that.
Prince of all
I
saying
don't
we
care,
up.
bro. I'm doing this. He
Prince is
said I
up
does
again,
this.
man.
Yeah, it was over
Ball-
right here.
The bald head
oh, man,
coalition.
big bang attack.
He got to do something way worse than the Big Bang Attack first.
What a useless machine.
Try to grab him. I
Oh,
remember
this.
Try to drain his energy.
You now, and soon I will have all of your energy.
Oh no!
Dr. Roll, you ain't nothing, man. Stop smiling.
Do not try to escape
Oh, no.
this. It is useless. Until I have your energy, I will never let you go.
Never, huh? Let's see.
Only
This is
you.
wild.
The only reason they was able to get away with putting this on TV was because it was Android.
Yeah.
This is brutal.
Well, so far, I'm impressed. You're very true to your word.
And also, this
You
is
don't
like,
realize.
Be a long
You don't
time,
realize how
and-
short Vegeta is till he does that too.
yeah, it's like he's so short. You know how much of a feat of strength this is because
Seem
like
like you're under a
his
lot
legs
of
aren't long.
pressure.
Yo.
Still think
Yeah.
you can hang on
That's just
long
pure
enough to
power.
Steal my energy?
I will never let you go.
Yes, that's
Bro,
the
try to pull a
spirit,
Goku.
Android. Never say die.
Ooh. This when your parents walk in.
Boy, what you watching
Well,
up in
what's
here?
going on that TV?
That's exactly what my daddy say every time. Boy, what you watching a bit?
Oh, that
What?
blood is great too. Then he ran like a bitch. Remember that?
Yeah,
Sure
I
did.
remember that.
Which is why we got the BBA.
These are the devices that you Android
This is what happened.
people of their
I don't like how you
energy.
phrase it.
Man, BBA, man.
This is Kai. Because the music's different.
So I guess it's true after all. Androids do experience fear.
It's like a horror movie now. That man gone. Yeah, this is
He said, let me
definitely
up
Kai.
out of here.
God damn! That man is terrified.
Is this the original soundtrack or like a remix
Yes,
version
It's
of it?
the original
Okay.
soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
It's the
With
dum
the
dum
OG soundtrack and
dum.
Kai.
Finish what you
Okay.
started.
Yeah, it was a very different feel to the music when you watched the original soundtrack.
Like I said, Bruce Falcon pretty much just made wrestling music for Dragon Ball.
Hey man.
That's
It
pretty
worked
much
for the
what his
time.
theme was. That's
Yeah,
what his
it worked.
themes were like.
If it was bad,
He was doing miracle work.
like really bad, he would have definitely got called out for it.
That man
That was
made some
wild.
bangers.
Like to this day, the Hercule theme, that's just straight up a wrestling theme.
True. Anybody
Man,
else got a
Hercule.
favorite DBC moment they want to look up?
I mean, hey, we could always look up Gohan
you-
going Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah.
Could do
I mean,
that.
I was going. I
Uh,
mean, there's that.
Goku
my favorite
versus
moment. I
Nappa
mean-
with the Kaioken with the one hand. Oh, that's the one for
I
me,
mean-
boy.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Truthfully, for me, I ain't gonna lie to you.
I never
TN
got tired
Holy
of
fell
that.
off was crazy to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
because
that was a good
despite the
moment.
fact Despite the fact Tien really wasn't even that big in that scene, bro. He pulled up and he said, "I'm on time in the day," and he
talking
have
about
a business.
Tien versus Cell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He pulled up on timing, bro.
You can loop that forever. That ass whooping he gave Nappa, you could loop that for me forever.
Oh no!
I could watch that all day.
Hey, where did that thing come from?
Oh boy. This is also Kai, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
This music, Although,
either that, or I mean, technically, it could just be the original with the Japanese OST because they did do that eventually.
Could be. Yeah, it could be that.
Yeah. Let's see what this sounds like. Still like that.
Yeah.
I think that's the Falconer version.
Yeah, because it's like atmospheric music.
And the whole time I was pounding them, they were waiting for you to show up. Somehow they knew you were coming, but it didn't matter. You were too late.
But the pounding continued.
I think since it's mirrored, it looks weird to us.
Yeah.
It do look a little weird.
Now has some
They
big
were
shoulders.
weak, just like you are.
Goku didn't
Weak
care
and
about
not
nothing
worth
they had
my
to say.
time.
Extremely vascular.
He did this in the Saiyan and Dynamics. Like, it worked both times. I was like, yup. Goku about to give it all to him.
Come on, Gohan. Hey, Krillin,
He was like,
you all
I'm
right?
gonna take care of my folks.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna take care of you.
I was a little late. Sorry, but it's okay now.
How you doing, Krillin?
Oh, I almost forgot. Special delivery
Some
from
sensu
Corey.
beans, man.
Here. Wow, a sensu bean.
I ain't gonna
sure
lie.
am glad to see
if
that.
parents are smart, they should have
This was
marketed
his last
beans to
one.
their kids like sensu beans.
Wait a minute.
That would have sold beans. That would have the bean market would have
I've already
tripled.
had one for
You know, it's
myself,
funny because they
Krillin.
actually
This
have
one's
like
for
sensu
you.
bean candy now, but you know, back then they weren't thinking about any of that.
If you're gonna try and take down
They weren't
both
on that
these
level of
guys,
merchandising. Not for
your
like
help
food.
that I might
Not
need.
yet.
No,
That's the truth, Krillin.
I don't
promise.
think they would have. They even thought it would be as
take
big
half.
as it was going to be anyway.
Although I mean, hey, we stay getting the toys though.
The
Hey,
other half's for
had,
you, Gohan.
Burger King, McDonald's
Toys and
toys,
games.
Sure did.
model kits.
We gotta learn how to grow those beans.
Krillin talking about some Goku
Krillin,
might
you've
want to
gotten a
save
lot
these for
stronger.
yourself.
I
Like,
can
you
feel
don't need that to fight Nappa.
Yeah, I was doing great until
Vegeta,
the
yes.
fighting started.
He definitely needed it for Vegeta.
Thanks to Kami, of course. But man, I guess it just wasn't enough.
I like how they were just having a casual conversation. this whole
Gohan, you
time.
look
Nappa
stronger
like,
too.
What are
I
y'all
can tell
talking
that you've been
about?
training
You know
hard.
what's crazy?
Piccolo's
They had a
been
whole
taking care of me.
training
He was
montage
great.
where they fought
And
like
he
fake
taught me so
Saiyans.
many things.
And even in that, they
Go
couldn't.
on,
Oh, yeah.
Fitz.
Sure could.
It's up to us to bring him back. I don't
was
know
the
how
point?
we can do it, but we have to. We just have to, Dad.
There's something to be said about building up your villains, like to
We
be
will,
like
son. We will.
really strong.
But first, we have to focus
I've been
on taking these
experiencing
guys
that
down
playing
once and for all.
FF7 Rebirth, and like Sephiroth is way more menacing in
You're
this game.
right, Goku.
Like just
Man,
whenever he show up on
it's
screen,
not
they make
over
it like
yet.
I ain't
Hey,
playing.
They
with
make
your
it.
increased
They make it a
strength
point
and
to be
us
like,
back at
you
full
make it-
power,
yeah,
we should
barely
have a pretty good
in,
chance of beating those jerks.
In FF7, the OG.
But
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
you
say
don't
that
fight him today.
Sephiroth,
Maybe
like
it's
he's
best
more
if
of an
the two of you
enigma in
sit
the
this
OG,
one
whereas
out.
this one is
Right.
like
This
you
time,
know
I
all
think
about
I'm
him,
gonna
so it's
take
like,
them on all by
hey, let's just
myself.
show him off.
You
And
can't.
of course, spoiler
See
alert,
that
you
big
learn in
guy
OG
over
that he
there?
was all that
beat
stuff
every last
early was
one of us without
hallucinations.
even breaking a
Yep.
sweat.
He wasn't even really
The only chance
physically
we
there.
have is to
Yeah.
stick together.
He's right, Dad. That guy.
He was really more of
he's
a force
really
of nature.
strong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a great way of saying it.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it for him.
God, dog, Goku.
We've got to lengthen this scene because we gonna catch up to the manga if we don't.
Amazing.
No, Dad, don't.
I was like,
Wait,
as
Gohan,
many years
just
later,
let him
well,
go.
this wasn't the
Come
original, I
back,
guess.
please.
We got it. We just got it later.
Yeah.
They had already been
Never seen him
recorded.
like this go
Yeah.
on. He's different somehow. I think we should just do what he says.
When was the original dub actually recorded?
The original
like
dub?
Ocean or Funimation?
Yeah. It was like 95, 96. Ocean.
Probably 95.
Ocean dub?
Yeah.
This has gone on long
They
enough.
pretty much stopped like at the point we were talking about with like the Namek saga.
It ends
But by
right
that
here,
time,
right now.
GT was finished.
Oh, okay.
Come on! I haven't got all day.
Oh,
I want to see
no
what the
idea.
great Kakarot's made of.
That was just a.
You
That's
want
a
me?
man.
Dubbing
You
something like
got
this
me.
wasn't like hadn't been done quite yet. So, and then for it to take off the way that it did, it's like,
Yeah, so it was like 95. Because they had a bunch of different groups.
Are we about to get the quote?
oh, what does the scouter say?
Yeah.
Oh, that's over 9,000.
Power levels 8,000. How? Wait, it's over 9.
Which I know technically that's a translation error, right? Like it's supposed to only be 8,000, right?
Correct.
What a translation area was.
I know, right? A great one.
Great translation.
It's over 9,000.
Vegeta, what did you say his power level is? It's over 9,000.
Oh yeah, this is
There's
Kai.
no way that
Yeah.
could
Yep,
be
this is
right.
definitely-
It can't.
Don't be so sure. I'll have you know I was trained in the art of Kaioken.
Kaioken. KO whatever. Who cares?
Back when they still didn't.
I don't care what you've learned.
Kaioken.
Actually, for this being Kai, I'm surprised they still called it Kaioken.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
Right?
think this is Kai.
This might just be the oldest dub of it, probably.
Maybe it is.
Whoa! How did he do that?
That man sleep already.
This
Ain't
reminds
going
me
well
of-
for you.
You'll pay for that.
This reminds me of when you and Devin, Terrence, showed me them bad DBZ dubs.
We'll
Oh, the
see,
Malaysian
but I
dub?
haven't even warmed up yet.
Man.
Beta.
Some of the
I
funniest.
do not want to fuse.
That was luck. I'm the second strongest Saiyan in the universe.
Yeah, well, if your friend is stronger than you, then I'd say that makes you
I'm
the third
Magic
strongest.
Cloud.
Beat his ass, Goku.
Big green Kakarot. I'm gonna rip you apart. It's strange. Just a year ago he couldn't beat rabbits, and now he's making sport of Nappa.
Can't capture it, ain't no joke. I'm gonna chase the monkey for a long time.
Over here.
The way that
Napper's
you
hot.
did Napper after this was wild.
Wow! Did
It
you
was.
see how your
Napper
father
ran
did
through the
that?
whole Z squad, and then he
Sure
was
did.
like, you couldn't beat Goku? Fuck.
You?
Like, bro, he can't just be
I'll
tired.
get my hands on you, and when I
That was like
do,
one of the most, probably one of the most evil moments of any show I had watched.
Never heard of anyone
Agreed.
raising their power level that much in
I
1 year.
This young Vegeta was ruthless.
What?
That man did not care.
He did
You know
not
what I
eat
gotta
it
look up
at
after
all.
The Kui or the Zarbon fight? The Jordan?
It ain't got nothing to do with that era.
Okay. Oh yeah. Just the lights in the eyes. Actually, this is damn near a mirror of the raccoon
That's for my
fight. You're right.
friends. All four of them.
He didn't get the same
is.
man in the cool. Even faster though.
It was
He dropped
fast.
Raccoon like
Much faster.
There wasn't no
Who's
combo.
better?
He just
At
dropped.
least Nappa has some big from decency.
I was commander-in-chief of the
Hey,
whole
see straight?
Saiyan army.
God dang.
You're
I don't know,
nothing
man. Getting held
to
up
me.
by one hand. That's not decency.
No, I'm saying like he had clothes on. Nappa's butt was out.
Oh,
Nappa had
You
pants
mean
on.
Raccoon?
I mean, Raccoon's butt was out.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Raccoon had pants on.
It's just a little. It's
That man
just
butt was
rip.
out.
Just rip.
No, I know what Devin's talking about. His ass was out at when.
I mean, it was tooted up for show, for no reason.
Yeah, he was done for.
But I mean,
He was tooting.
he didn't get this.
This guy's no problem for Goku.
Man, Krillin and Gohan, them boys were 2 peas in the pie back then.
I'm through with you.
It almost made it seem like they were, just best friends, which is weird because it's like you have a grown man whose friend was like a 6-year-old.
I know, right?
A short man, apparently.
It's short people.
I got something for that.
Here goes.
Flexing on him.
That's he could have just dodged. He was like,
he could have dodged.
That ain't gonna do shit.
He didn't have a point to prove or nothing. He said, I'm just gonna show you.
I feel like sometimes the early DBZ, it reminded me something like with the early Superman movies you've been watching. Like sometimes all their powers were never explained.
Nope.
Well,
that's why there's so many allegories to Superman for Goku. It's just that they would sometimes just give him stuff.
For sure, because Goku could read minds after he trained 100 times.
Yeah.
She never explained that again.
Stop that. We'll take this.
I ain't taking that.
This one for Piccolo.
I'm done.
Why you say Piccolo like that?
I didn't even see him get behind me. What the?
And this one is for Yamcha.
Do it for Yamcha, man. Do it for Yamcha.
That's what's the part where he like, help me up, please.
Help me up, please.
I need help.
I'm gonna help your ass.
He was so insulted, like, help. You was saying asking for help? You disgust me.
Where's your pride?
She did not look impressed. He was like,
Wow, no way. He's got
my
him.
ears are
Way
huge
to
and I heard all of that ass.
Yeah.
Get him, Goku. Uh-oh.
Anger.
Yeah, I really thought I was about to do something.
Got a ball head.
Let's show what he had.
I hate you.
Why was
You hate losing. You're not used to fighting someone stronger than you.
You're not stronger than me, you little runt. Your strength was tested when you were a baby. You're a third-class Saiyan. I'm a Saiyan elite, you low-class dog. Not don't be a fool. Calm
Classism.
down. How do you expect to win when you're so mad you can't even see straight? Now settle down.
That was his one
Use
chance
your
right
head.
there.
That was it.
Yeah.
He said, calm down. Fight on normal.
Breathe.
Blow it.
Napper.
I'm getting you up out of here.
All right, Kakarot, round 2.
I mean,
his
Goes
skills are
rounds
way
what?
beyond what they should be. I don't understand it. You may have gotten lucky with a couple of fancy moves, but now I'm gonna tear you apart.
Oh, really?
Show me.
Because I got a ball
I'm
head.
ready when you are. It's your move.
Your time is up, Kakarot. That idiot has no idea what he's up against. I'm sure I'll have to clean up his mess.
The scariest words you've ever seen.
I know.
Why
did they
more like
stop?
Goldberg actually than Stone Cold.
I don't know.
That's a good one.
This can is a good one. That's a good one, bro.
We about to bust a vein in this bitch, ain't
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Better bust everything.
Goldberg is playing, boy.
we? Are you okay?
Man, what's up?
It was
What's
fighting
a vein,
way
tear
longer
a
than I
muscle?
remember.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I ain't finna use that mouse laser.
Man,
Yeah.
I hate that they just stopped
Possibly
it. I
stop
love
that.
that mouthpiece.
Nappa was right in his face.
Yeah, pretty much after the Ginyu Force, it kind of stopped the mouth stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
I guess it was like to represent that Ki can come out of anything. As long as you concentrate on
That
it
was a
correctly.
little too close. Any closer and I'd be history.
This can't be
It kind of made
happening.
things
Nobody
diverse because
has
you had
ever
Piccolo
survived
with,
that
you know,
attack.
the fingers.
Got to have
You had
some
certain characters with
weakness.
mouth beams, and then
This
others
cannot
with,
go
like,
on forever.
Kamehameha.
I
Double
should
hands.
really
And
try
then it just
using
got
the
to a
KO
point where everybody was just
attack.
doing stuff with their
But I've
hands.
got to
and that's
save
kinda
my
it.
strength for
Toriyama
the other
told
guy.
you.
Yeah.
He was the GOAT, but he was lazy. He said it. He was like, man, I seen a drawing where he was like, yeah, I spent all this time like thinking about the story, and eventually I just get distracted, start watching TV, then go play a video game, and then I wake up in the morning and just start doing all the work at one time.
It's just great. He was just a warm-up.
Yeah,
a man
I can relate to that.
He seems to know what he's doing.
I know, right?
A man of culture, right there.
Please, hang on,
Actually,
Dad.
He just gave it a second chance. He was like, hey, man, it ain't working. Come down here, sit your ass down. Is that what Dragon Ball Z looked like back then?
That is
like
what
on,
it looked
on the
like.
Japanese version? With the eye
That
patch?
is what it looked like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is exactly what it looked like.
They took all this shit out, and then people look at me like I'm crazy when I say I didn't feel like Dragon Ball Z was like a regular anime at the time. Because they had Americanized it so much that it just felt like, all right, you know, I'm watching just a cartoon like I'm watching everything else.
Honestly, it's like all those mainstream anime back then. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, they were all pretty much Americanized.
There was a...
No.
What?
Like those ones you named, like the 4Kids ones and this one. But like when Gundam Wing came out, that felt like an anime-ass anime.
Yeah, well, I mean that's different. That's why I said like the more like mainstream ones. Like
he's the only one in the universe.
Those that were kind of like more like 4Kids or
ones more aimed at little kids.
When they pulled up on what's his name in his office and they just pointed at him.
It's too bad he won't let me help finish you off.
This was so old.
Now what can I do for fun?
So that's what it really came down to. Like, it was so old that they did it a certain way back then.
Right. Oh, no. I guess you could say the same thing for, like, what? Anime of the 80s, like Voltron?
Yes.
Very similar to that.
Like, by the time Toonami really took over, they was like, all right, let's get all that extra Americanized shit up out of there.
Yeah.
But 4Kids, of course, was like, hey, man, nah.
They had important villains at Kaiba.
Yeah, for a while it got really egregious with 4Kids, bro. The show had different context completely. Oh yeah, that's it right there.
I love it.
One hand on.
Yeah, that sound effect is goated.
When I saw this is the most I ever seen a person get owned in my life. I was like, oh my god, he obliterated this man.
Most of a person got owned is what happens after this.
Oh,
you know
well,
what?
How in the world did he do that?
Good question. I really don't know.
Show it.
I can't move my legs.
Well, Goku, I think you really hurt that guy. He's not getting up.
My leg.
He won't be fighting anymore. I suggest you take him back to wherever you came from and get him some help.
Oh, I'm gonna
He's
get him
so
some help.
confident. How did he achieve that drastic increase in power and speed?
I think in the ocean dub they did not mention the part that he broke his back.
Well, he didn't say he broke his back here. He just said he can't move his legs.
That was one of the most amazing attacks I've ever seen. What was it?
Oh, it's the Kaioken attack. It's like a massive upsurge of energy. Everything is heightened. Power, speed, even hearing and vision improve dramatically. You sort of become a super self, but it can only be sustained for a short time, so you have to get the job done quickly.
Precursor to Super Saiyan
I will give them credit for at least bringing that back.
You think you'll be able to
Dragon
teach me
Ball
how to
Super.
do a move like that someday?
I always
Goku?
liked
Maybe?
Kaioken, and the fact that it just kind of became irrelevant once Super Saiyan came around. I kind of hated
As usual, I
it.
have
Cool
to do
for it to come
everything
back
right.
some way.
times 20.
Why didn't you use that Kaioken to attack him in the first place,
I think
Goku?
Time 100 was the highest.
With a move like that, you could have taken him out anytime you wanted
They
to.
did Time 100.
That's true. I could.
Oh, you're talking about the attack, the Big Bang Kamehameha times.
There's always a chance that the
Boy,
energy
I said one
could
more
have
reason
destroyed
I
my
hate
body.
GT.
One thing
But
I
I'm still
hated.
here, aren't I?
Kaioken mixed with
Yeah.
Super Saiyan. Get that bullshit out of here.
Yeah, was it Super Kaioken? They did that in the filler arc.
The Kaioken
Oh, with, against Pycon.
Pycon,
Yeah.
Remember,
in the filler arc.
Yeah, when he did
Didn't
Super
matter.
Kaioken.
are always interchangeable.
Absolutely not.
One eventually replaces the
I
other.
thought it was
The
cool.
awesome speed and strength you gain in the Kaioken
I was a
attack
manga
comes
purist,
right.
and you couldn't
Yeah.
do it in the
Can
manga,
only
so I was
be
like,
used for
why are
short
you
bursts.
adding it in anime?
If
I
you use it
hated
for
this
too
shit,
long,
bro.
or if you are in a weakened state,
Boy,
the
had him,
energy will take
exclusive
over your
mode.
material body
For the
to the point
television
of
only.
complete obliteration.
Oh God.
Do you understand what I am telling you, Goku? I understand.
What's Bubbles and
It could kill you?
Gregory.
Yes.
Gregory?
Gregory, yeah.
I couldn't think of his name for nothing. I was like, I know Bubbles. Who the other
Oh
one?
man,
I can't get up.
That monkey gave him a hard time.
I'm gonna help y'all
I'm
out.
falling. And I
Was
can't
Bubbles
get
like
up.
was that a direct reference to Michael Jackson's monkey? When his
That
monkey
might
came,
have
Mr.
been.
Bubbles?
Sure. It's the least I can do now.
When did Michael Jackson get that monkey?
That's a very good question.
Get your ass in the sky.
That's a good question.
Nigga like, wait, what?
That man,
Maybe you
that
won't
man
be such a
hollering.
disappointment when you're dead.
The way he died.
It's electric.
Like his look.
Oh, it was horrible.
Okay, so Michael Jackson got the tip as an infant in
This is
1983.
Interesting.
So more than likely, that could usually be a reference.
Whoa, the guy's powering up. Hang on.
Speaking of that man, Marshall had a hell of a reference today. It was Adam Jobs. I was like, okay, bro. Oh my God. It's Adam Jobs.
Damn, my man
He
licked
was
his
really
lips
good
too.
lip while he did it. He was ready
He
to
freaking
sing home.
seed that dude, bro. God.
That is one thing about the early days of Z. Like when you got, like folks like compacted and
rough.
like everything.
It was over with,
Oh,
buddy.
shoot.
It was raw,
Yeah, like,
man.
you were done for.
I still remember when Goku died in the first like arc. I was like, "What is happening? This show just started. It's not that long." What the?
I will say something real
I was
quick.
so
I was
confused.
watching Devin, well, maybe you are too, or you as well, Will. Are you all familiar with what's my man's name? Shomaru? I think that's his name. He does like
Shomaru?
Dragon Ball Fighters clips. Like he
Oh,
he,
you
like,
talking
edits-
about?
Oh, yeah.
I know
Shomo-
Show Your Momo.
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah. He had a
Show Your Momo.
short about Budokai 1 showing, you all remember on Budokai 1 the Raditz struggle where you're trying to get Raditz to
That's
stay
stupid.
still
You gotta hold him in a
to
line.
get hit with the
Take special hand cannon. Yeah.
he did a
Man,
short
boy.
about that. I was laughing so hard at that today just because trying to get Raditz to stay still in that line, and then
That
when
shit
you
was
It was
so
hard.
after a
annoying,
certain
bro.
time he just like quit playing around and just hits you out of it. It's hilarious.
Man, that Budokai 1 storyboard, I love that thing. It was so
That was-
cinematic for me at the time.
I
At the
know,
time,
I love
That was the start of
there
the
was some
game.
annoying things about it with the mini game part, but like at the time, it was very cinematic and really true to the show.
Man,
And I
those
liked
are
it.
some controller destroying games.
Oh, wow, I ruined some
Did,
controllers
bruh,
in the game.
did we have some games back then that would tear your controller up?
Eradicated. Parents mad
I
as
need a
hell.
new
Like, why I'm
controller,
gonna
Mom.
buy a new controller?
My
Sometimes you gotta
won't
buy a
do
new
things
controller,
no more.
man.
Sometimes.
Gotta hit
And
the wall.
Budokai was a large part of why a lot of controllers were destroyed for sure.
Shout
Yeah.
out
Man,
Okay.
hey, I gotta
Beam
win this beam
struggles?
struggle. Yeah.
I mean,
All right, we wasted enough time looking at Dragon Ball Z clips. Enough clips that we've been kicked off YouTube.
We were?
of course.
Yes.
Oh.
What? Well, hold on.
Damn.
Hold on. Let me. Oh, did it
Oh
say
my
that?
God.
Oh, because we're detecting the video belongs to. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Well, I'll just.
Feds watching.
Congratulations.
I'll stop the stream on that one and do it over.